Shockingly, this bank welcomes robberies, opens a bank in desert. If it gets robbed here, police would be definitely unable to handle it. The closest police station is over 80 miles away. Ryder decides to do something big. He steps into the bank. There is only an old man there. Ryder raises his gun and aims at the old man. Wants him to give all his money. The old man follows instruction, hands up, and says, to get money, he needs to bend over. But no one expects that gunshots ring out at his feet suddenly. A couple of big holes are even made on the counter. Ryder jumps onto the counter right away. Takes a look afterwards, and the old man is already gone. Ryder jumps over the fence. Under the counter, 3 rifles are mounted. Ryder opens the drawer, grabs all the money, and rushes to run. He is shot after he runs only a few steps. Rushes to hide behind a dried well. It is the old man, fully covered with pans. Holds gun and comes out. Ryder takes shots right away. The bullets either miss or get blocked by pans. No bullet ever hits the old man, but the old man rushes to Ryder and knocks him out with one shot. When Ryder wakes up, he is hung on a tree. From the other side, a bunch of cowboys are about to hang him to death. All of a sudden, an arrow pierces a cowboy's throat. A crowd of Native Americans rush over. All the cowboys are killed. Then, they leave on a high note. Surprisingly, Native Americans did not kill Ryder. Scorching sun is high in the sky. He is about to be exhausted from being exposed to it. Starving horse eats grass under its feet as it goes forward. Ryder can only lie on his back to avoid being strangled to death. All of a sudden, he sees a cowherd. He rushes to shout loudly. Luckily, the cowherd hears him. He comes on horseback, directly shoots the rope. But his shooting skill is terrible. Few shots all missed. Horse is scared and runs away due to fear. Ryder is facing imminent death since he is getting hung. He is about to die soon. Finally, last shot hits the rope. Ryder is saved. They herd cattle together. All of a sudden, a bunch of people show up in the distance again. Ryder herding cattle runs away at full speed. He is caught for no reason. And, again, he is hung up. Cause is stealing cows. Looks like the man who saved him is a cow rustler. But Ryder is not worried at all. Because based on his experience, every time when he is about to die, someone will save him. He even comforts the prisoner who is crying bitterly beside him. Dude, this is your first time, right? At this moment, he sees a pretty girl down there. And falls in love with her at first sight. The girl also notices Ryder. Look at each other. Ryder smiles in happiness. Ryder starts fantasizing. Once he is saved, he would go find the girl, marry her, and have kids. All of a sudden, a sack is put over Ryder's head. Shockingly, he is really hung to death. This time, no one shows up to save him. It is impossible that a person could be that lucky all the time. Always walks by cliff. Sooner or later, that person will fall. Shockingly, this person has no leg, no hand. Circus starts performing. The curtain rises. A weird man stands on a chair. His name is Brown. Has no leg, no hand. Upper body leans on the chair. Sings lovely song. Soon, Brown's special body attracts many people. The old man who raises him becomes rich. Old man takes care of Brown carefully. Cooks for him. Feeds him spoonful by spoonful. He even personally carries Brown to the bathroom. Dresses him up. Takes care of him in every possible way. But as weather gets colder and colder, even Brown still performs hard. But people are already tired of watching tedious performance. Fewer and fewer people watch performance. No one watches performance. Accordingly, no money could be made. However, Old Man does not lower Brown's living standard. He even takes him on a fling. Old Man drives in the back. Brown can only hear the sound with his back turned. After having fun, Old Man is attracted by people's cheers. He approaches and takes a look. A rooster is doing calculation. It learned itself. All the math questions are answered accurately. It is totally a calculating rooster. Audiences cannot help but cheer and marvel. Its boss also makes a fortune. Old Man looks at calculating rooster and brains storm. Calculating rooster eats less. Does not need to spend too much time taking care of it. Old Man decides to buy this calculating rooster right away. Old Man very happily expects that this rooster can make a fortune for him. However, Brown is unhappy. He seems to realize that he is about to be replaced soon. When passing a river, Old Man stops. He finds a big rock and throws it into the river. Bang! The rock sinks to the bottom soon. Brown sees this. He seems to understand his fate as well. Old Man smiles and walks to Brown. Only hear a bang. Then, he keeps driving. Brown cannot be found on the wagon. Only the calculating rooster is left, apparently, without value of being used. Brown has been thrown into river by the old man. The end is truly accidental. The following story is more interesting. Do you know how to dig gold? Between mountain valleys, a deer drinks by a stream. All of a sudden, an old man shows up, scares the deer away. Old man digs by the river with a shovel, washes gold with a gold pen by the river. Does not find a grain of gold. The old man changes his location and continues digging. Finally, 2 small gold nuggets show up in the gold pan. Old man marks the spot and keeps digging. More and more gold nuggets. 4, 7, 12. Old man keeps digging. 5, 3, 1. There is nothing left. Old man does not give up. He keeps digging. Gets sleepy. Then, he sleeps in the wild. Gets starving. Then, he fishes in the stream. Climbs tree to gather bird eggs. Old man keeps digging. Mountain and field are full of holes and marks as well. Old man digs hard. Holes get deeper and deeper. Finally, he finds a small gold nugget. Old man keeps digging. He digs up a big rock. Smashes it open with a hammer. Inside it, it is all gold. Old man is pleasantly surprised. He finally finds the gold vein. He keeps digging. A bigger gold nugget shows up. He trembles due to excitement. All of a sudden, old man stops. He seems to feel that someone is behind him. Then, a bullet enters his back. A man in black shows up behind him. He has been following the old man for months. Waits until the old man finds gold. Then, kills the old man and takes the gold. Blood stains old man's clothes. Man in black waits up there for a long time. Jumps into the hole after he confirms that the old man has died. All of a sudden, old man turns around, grabs gun of man in black. Soon afterwards, blows up his head with 1 shot and adds few more shots. Turns out that the bullet did not hurt old man's vitals. He comes to the stream to clean his wound. Also shouts all kinds of curses. Digs up all the gold. Pushes the man in black into the pit. And directly buries him. Greedy people do not end well. To save bullet, he does not even want to fire 1 more shot. Old man brings his own gold. Leisurely and happily leaves the valley. K dislikes the people who want to gain without working for it the most. Do not go away. Next story. I wash hair upside down to recommend it. Have you ever seen the Gun God? Gun God holds his wanted poster. Very proud. He is the cowboy with the highest bounty. He sings, steps into a bar, pats his clothes once, leaves a trail of dust behind, asks for a drink from the grim-faced bartender. Bartender answers, drinking is illegal. Gun God turns around and looks. Cowboys who are drinking now all look vicious. Asks bartender, what are they drinking? Bartender does not shy away from it at all. Liquor. Gun God could not help but ask, they can drink, why can't I? Bartender says, they are all outlaws. Gun God laughs loud. How do you know I'm not? Even I dress clean. He laughs at cowboys as well. You guys should go wash your faces. A bearded man is directly pissed off. Stands up and shows gun on his waist. But does not expect that Gun God pulls out his gun as fast as lightning. The bullet goes directly through the bearded man's skull. Bearded man falls down instantly. Other cowboys instantly stand up. Before they pull out their guns. Bang, bang, bang. Gun God finishes all the cowboys with lightning speed. And he puts his hand behind his back. 1 shot finishes the bartender who was about to take gun. Gun God can only find another bar. Bar's rules say that you cannot bring guns in. Even small guns on the foot are not allowed to be brought in. Gun God hands over all his weapons like a good boy. Sees people playing cards. Gun God walks over and wants to play a few rounds. Other people say sure, but can only use cards left by last person. Gun God looks at the cards. No doubt, I will definitely lose. Gun God stands up and wants to go. Overweight man across the table stands up and pulls out gun. Threatens Gun God, since you have seen the cards, you will have to play even you are unwilling. Gun God does not buy this. Continuously steps on table 3 times. Board lifts overweight man's arm. Bang, bang, bang. Overweight man shoots himself 3 times. Dies on the spot. Everyone is shocked. But Gun God comforts everyone calmly. Then, sings and dances. At this moment, younger brother of the overweight man comes over after hearing about it. Little overweight man wants to revenge for his brother. He wants duel with Gun God. 2 of them go out onto the street. Gun God asks him, are you ready? Do you need countdown? Little overweight man says, no. Before he pulls out his gun, his finger is shot. Then, bang, bang. Few shots. All the fingers of his right hand are all shot. Little overweight man rushes to pull out gun with his left hand. Gun God turns around and takes out a mirror. Stares at mirror. Gun aims at the little overweight man. 1 shot hits his heart. He falls to the ground. At this moment, lovely harmonica comes from the distance. Gun God can see. The black-clad man playing harmonica is also a nice shooter. Black-clad man wants to duel with Gun God. Gun God confidently agrees. Too many people want to duel with him. He would definitely make a fortune if he opens funeral home. The other side asks, do you need countdown? Gun God says confidently, no. Next second, bang. Black-clad man's gun emits a cloud of smoke. Gun God takes his hat off. It has been gone through by bullet. Gun God picks up the mirror and sees hole on his forehead. Falls down straight. Soul of Gun God grows wings and it flies into sky. There are truly different kinds of people in the world. Never be too cocky. Next story. You will never guess the end of it. You will never guess the end of this girl. The brother that she relies on to survive suddenly dies violently. Homeless girl can only follow the caravan. Captain of caravan helps her bury her brother. Also takes care of this girl carefully. One night, Captain proposes to this kind girl. Surprisingly, she agrees. The girl who has no support and dependence has been moved by Captain's kindness. Turns out her brother took her to get married. She really hates her brother's control over her, but cannot do anything. Until she met Captain, she finally could freely choose her life. However, next day, this girl is missing. Captain can only let his friend find her. He needs to take care of the caravan. Captain's friend soon finds the girl. She and the puppy she is holding are looking at groundhog digging hole. A happy smile that cannot be closed. But Captain's friend senses taste of danger. On a distant hillside, a man stands there. Captain's friend raises hands to show he is friendly. But the other side does not respond at all. Captain's friend removes saddle, prepares to fight. But the girl does not understand. The other side only has one person. Why is it terrifying? No one expects. Soon after she finishes saying, a bunch of Native Americans show up on the other side. She finally realizes danger. Captain's friend lets the girl get down, passes her a gun, and tells her, if he dies, she needs to shoot her forehead. Since getting caught by Native Americans means a destiny that is more miserable than death, the girl is badly terrified. She follows advice like a good girl. Native Americans rush over. Captain's friend sets up gun. Every bullet kills one, never misses. The first wave of Native Americans attack is repelled. Soon, they come back. Native Americans divide their force into two parts to surround them. Captain's friend decides to catch the ringleader first. One shot kills the leader. Native Americans lose control and all retreat. At this moment, a horse runs to Captain's friend. It gets closer and closer. All of a sudden, a wild man shows up on horseback and knocks him out with a single blow of hammer. Native American dismounts and wants to scalp him. Captain's friend suddenly raises gun and kills the Native American with one shot. Finally, the war is over. He comes back to look for the girl, but only hears girl's puppy barking. Turns out the girl thought he just died, so committed suicide. Captain's friend is very helpless. Has no idea if his reminder is right or wrong. A person who has no own opinion and gets controlled all the time can only end up tragically. The end. This film is called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Which story do you like? Like Desert Bank? Please comment 1. Like Calculating Rooster? Please comment 2. Like Digging Gold? Please comment 3. Like Hanging Cowboy? Please comment 4. Like Unlucky Girl? Please comment 5. This film is awesome. You are welcomed to watch the initial movie. Well, that's all for this video, everyone. Please remember to thumb up and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.